and welcome to Cooking with Carla. So today I thought I'd do a response video to prepping food with BabyBeni and Rockstar Fitness. And I thought that I should show everyone our Bolognese, because we traditionally make this every single Saturday. Ryan originally started making it when we were first going out, nearly 14 years ago, and he taught me how to do it, make it, and I've now taken over the duty of making it every Saturday because he works, and I've perfected it, I think, and everybody who comes over to eat it thinks that my Bolognese is the best, so that's a good thing. It's not traditional, it's very not traditional. It has a lot of things in it that you wouldn't expect to be in a Bolognese if you think traditional Italian Bolognese. So, I've already started because I wanted to make the video a bit quicker. In your pot, olive oil. Today I've done 2 onions because they're pretty small, and I'm cooking for 6 people, plus I'd like to have some leftovers. So 2 onions, 5 cloves of garlic, so finely chopped. Brown the onions, add the garlic, and then we've added meat. We have 1 kilo of meat, 500 grams of pork mince, and 500 grams of beef mince. You can mix it up however way you'd like to. I've also cooked some bacon. You can cook, this is like half a cup, maybe a cup of bacon. You can cook bacon or you can cook speck. Either adds a bit of a different flavour to the meat. So let me just chop the bacon up. It's actually not too hot because I've pulled it down. I cooked the bacon way before I started, because you want to add the bacon after you've cooked the meat, the mince. So just sort of finely chopped, as finely as you can get it. Don't worry about the fatty bits. Okay, the fatty bits, I know it's not so healthy, it's a bit naughty, but it does add lots of flavour to the meat, or to the actual sauce, which is what we want. Lots of flavour. So add your bacon. I can actually put over and show you what's inside in a sec. What's inside some fat. We've just got a new, welcome to our new kitchen. Isn't it beautiful? We've got a new ceramic induction cooktop. And it's a lot different cooking on this than it is to cooking on our electric stove that we used to have. It's a lot faster, and the temperature is a lot easier to control. Another little tip that we just learned, well, Ryan's known since we've got the cooktop, is to prevent scratching of the ceramic cooktop. You can use a bit of paper towel underneath the pot or the pans, so that will stop scratching. So, meat and everything is nice and cooked. Don't know if you can see that. Don't want it to fall out. And the other good thing is, you take the pot off and it automatically turns off, but you put the pot back on and it turns back on again because it remembers where you're at. Right, once the meat is cooked, the next thing is cinnamon, and I haven't got it down from the cupboard. Naughty me. Or have I? And I've just lost it. Right, I need to find the cinnamon, and in the meantime, I'll do the herbs. So we're using basil, thyme, and oregano. I'd like to know where that cinnamon's gone. Probably, I just sprinkle. I don't measure. Maybe 1.5 to 2 tablespoons per herb, maybe. Just go with it. Put as much as you feel. So that was the basil and the thyme. This is oregano. It's nice to put the herbs on top of the meat because the meat soaks up the flavour of the herbs. So while this is soaking, I really need to find the cinnamon because we add cinnamon to this stage as well. And it's a nice touch. Oh, there you are. Hello, cinnamon. Okay. Cinnamon, you don't want too much, maybe 2 teaspoons. Still, I'd sprinkle. But it gives it a very nice flavour. Actually, sometimes if you don't put enough, you can't taste it. If you put too much, you can taste it too much. So you really got to get the cinnamon right. Yeah. So after herbs and cinnamon, we have, I think it's 250 grams of diced tomatoes. That can go in on top. You can dice the tomatoes yourself, or you can cheat and buy a tin of diced tomatoes, which is not as good for you because it's got the additives and the sugar and all that sort of stuff, so that's a bit of a naughty no-no. Now, liquid-wise in our bolognese, we don't use any water at all. We actually use red wine, and heck of a lot of red wine, minus the glass that I'll drink myself while I'm cooking. So, red wine. You can get cheap, really nice red wine from Aldi. It's actually better to use a Shiraz in bolognese, but because this is so cheap and easy to get, this is a Shiraz Merlot. Not as nice as using a Shiraz, but you can put, yeah, about a third of the bottle in to start off with, and maybe half a glass for me. It's not the same if you don't have a drink while cooking. Cheers! Okay, and the other liquid that we use in our bolognese is some balsamic vinegar. I have heard from some people that balsamic vinegar can have traces of gluten in it because of the way it's manufactured, and I'm not really sure about it. It hasn't really affected me because I'm gluten-free. That was a very noisy car. I'm gluten-free, dairy-free. But so far so good, the balsamic vinegar hasn't affected me. So balsamic vinegar, we just do a dash. Sort of a drizzle. A long drizzle. Long drizzle. And there goes the train. Beautiful place we live in. Noisy, but beautiful. No, we do like it here. It's comfortable. But we're on the southern line, and the coal trains are right there. So if you hear a train go by and you can't hear me talking, I apologise. All right. Capsicum. You can do a whole capsicum. That's a coal train. You can tell because it's been going for a few minutes and still going. Normally I would only use half a capsicum, but because I'm making so much today, 1 full capsicum is fine. And make sure not to chop any fingers off. I'm not as good a chopper as Ryan. He tries to teach me, but it doesn't work. I do it my way. I have nearly lost the top of a finger a couple times, but you know, live and learn, right? Well, learn and live on. I think that's better than live and learn. Learn and get on with it. Alright. That That was very bad chopping. So, a whole capsicum. It's actually nicer to use a green capsicum because you can get the colours through in the sauce. With everything being so red, you can't really see it, and the look of it does matter as well as the taste of it. So, we also have carrot. So the major vegetables obviously I'm using are capsicum and carrot. Not sure who else uses capsicum and carrot, but I've grated 2 small carrots tonight. Normally I'd use just 1 big one. 1 big one's enough, but these were teeny tiny 4-inch carrots. Right, if it starts to get a bit dry again, add more wine. Wine. Wine is good. The kids enjoy this dish as well, and people say, but you can't feed your kids sauce, bolognese sauce with wine in it. But you really can, because the alcohol gets burnt off anyway, or cooked. So there is no harm in giving your kids wine in their food. Maybe it just makes them sleep better. Yes. So this is actually going to cook for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. The longer it cooks, the better. We're not finished yet though. The one bad thing, naughty thing I put in, I should put a few naughty things in, is tomato paste. You don't have to use tomato paste. Or if anyone has a substitute for tomato paste that's not as unhealthy, let me know, because yeah, this gives it a nice, rich flavour, and I like it. And ingredients aren't that bad. Tomato paste, 99%, but I mean, it doesn't even say what's in the tomato paste. Tomato paste, though. In the tin, to get the last little bit out, you can add a little bit more balsamic vinegar and stir it up, and actually it makes a nice barbecue sauce. Tomato paste, balsamic vinegar, and other stuff, of course, but it's really tasty. It's like a nice little, easy, simple barbecue sauce. If you still can't get the rest of the sauce out, you can add wine to it as well. Get the rest of it out. Or not bother. Whatever you like. Doesn't matter. Alright, so we need to add a bit of salt and pepper as well. I do use some stock, just like a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of stock instead of salt. Or you can use salt. We've got pink rock salt. Pink rock salt is very, very nice. We like it. So give it a nice big stir up. Right, so let's put tomato stock. More naughty stuff to go in. Now, capers. We want to put at least, this container of capers is 110 grams. You can probably do half of a bottle. It doesn't matter if you put some of the juices from the capers in either. Juices are good. Also, olives and olive juice. If you want extra juice, pour a bit of the juice from the olives into the bolognese. It gives it a nice twang. So we don't think capers is very traditional, but for us capers is good. Also bay leaf, a couple of bay leaves in there. They just cook in with the dish. My English is very bad. Olives. Now we get the olives with seeds in them because they're much nicer. These ones are a bit soft. But slippery little suckers. Yeah, these are so soft you don't really even have to. Actually, you can just squish the seed out with your fingers. Charming. Can I eat one? Olives and red wine. Very nice entree, or what would you call it? Nibblies before dinner. So, olives is actually the last part that we have to add. I'm sure I haven't forgotten anything. So, quick recap. We have 2 onions, 5 cloves of garlic. Actually, I should say 1 big onion, 5 cloves of garlic, 100 grams of mince, and a cup of bacon cooked. Herbs, we have basil, thyme, and oregano, and cinnamon. Then carrots, capsicum, capers, olives, lots of red wine, and some balsamic vinegar. And that's about it. Well, this is very unattractive, me picking the olives apart, but really, they're very soft, and I don't know if soft olives is a bad thing. All good. I think that should do. That was probably half a cup of olives. You don't really need that much. To be honest, it's to taste. Whatever you want, add it. Let it cook for an hour, come back, taste it. If it's not right, add some more balsamic, or add some more salt, or add some more herbs if you wish, but it's it doesn't really need anything else. The cooking gives it the flavour. So it's about 4 in the afternoon, 4:30 in the afternoon, and the family's going to be here by 6:30, and I'm going to let it cook this whole time between now and then, so it will be nice and flavoursome. Anyway, so that's it with the sauce. Of course, later on when the family gets here, I'll cook up the spaghetti, normal spaghetti for everybody else and gluten-free spaghetti for me, or sometimes I have Bolognese sauce on a slice of gluten-free toast with avocado. Very nice. Yeah, that's it. Cheers and happy cooking.